The great room of the Galactic Council was filled with noise alien voices, strange smells, and flashing lights. Representatives from 100 different planets sat around a floating crystal table. Each species was more advanced than the last some, with shining metal skin, others with long glowing bodies, and some with no bodies at all. Only energy in floating suits dot. At the end of the hall stood Ambassador Tarek of Earth, dressed in simple dark fabric. No armor, no weapons, just calm eyes and a quiet voice. They laughed at him. They still burn wood in some places, said a tall blue-skinned creature with 7 eyes. Don't they fight with bullets? Chuckled another, covered in shining scales. A soft ripple of laughter passed through the chamber. They're not even part of the Galactic Tech Network. Someone shouted. Another added, primitive apes pretending to be a civilization. Still, Tarek said nothing. He stood quietly, hands behind his back, staring at the council as if he already knew the outcome. The council leader, a massive creature called Prime Counselor Veldros, leaned forward. His voice echoed through the hall like thunder. Ambassador, Tarek, Earth has requested protection status, but you offer nothing of value. No advanced tech, no interstellar fleet, no strategic position. Why should the Council waste resources on your small, underdeveloped world? Tarek finally raised his head. His voice was calm. We do not ask for protection, he said simply. We came only to observe. A silence followed. The aliens looked at one another, confused. Observe? Veldros repeated. You dare stand before us, be insulted by every race here, and still speak of observing? What exactly are you observing? Tarek smiled slightly. How quickly the mighty become blind. Veldros slammed a metal fist onto the table. You insult the Council. No. Tarek said, I accept your judgment. And now, Earth will act accordingly. Before Veldros could reply, Tarek pressed a small device on his wrist. A gentle chime rang in the room. It was harmless. Harmless, but strange. It was a sound none of them had ever heard before. Tarek bowed. Our time here is done. He turned and walked out of the council chamber, alone. No guards. No escort. As soon as the doors closed behind him, the council chamber exploded with voices. What did he mean? Act accordingly? Are they planning something? They don't have the technology. They're bluffing. But not everyone was sure. A young alien technician, sitting behind the high seats, whispered to his commander, Sir, something's not right. That sound he played, it didn't register in any known database. His commander frowned. What do you mean? I don't think we've seen Earth's true systems. Back on Earth, deep inside a mountain, hidden from all satellites, Operation Shadow Core came to life. Rows of machines, dark and ancient, flickered on. Red lights glowed in long-forgotten bunkers. Silent missiles rotated in silos, powered not by fuel, but by energy the galaxy had never seen. Humans, dressed in black uniforms, moved like shadows, calm, efficient, and ready. A screen lit up. On it was Tarek, back in his command seat. Council denied us, he said to his generals. Exactly as expected. A woman standing beside him nodded. Then Project Silence moves to Phase 2? Tarek looked straight ahead. Yes, let them think we are weak. Let them keep laughing. He tapped the screen, and the Earth's orbit filled with silent signals-coded pings sent to listening posts around the solar system. Hidden bases on the Moon, Mars, and beyond lit up, but none of this was known to the Council. To them, Earth was still the backward world. Still the weak one. What they didn't know was that humanity had never been weak. It had been hiding, waiting, preparing. Asterisk. The alien scout ship dropped out of warp at the edge of Earth's solar system. Within moments, The pilot frowned. There's nothing, she said. No defense grid, no patrols. It's like they don't even care. Commander Vernick leaned forward in his chair. He had 6 thin arms and black armored skin. Good, he said. It proved what we've always believed. Earth is still primitive. The Council had sent them to observe Earth, in truth. They were sent to confirm weakness and to test how far the humans would let them go. The ship, Grevak's watch, moved silently toward the blue planet. All scans showed the same. A weak energy signature. No warplanes, no heavy weapons. It was laughable. This is going to be easy, said the pilot, her voice confident. But 20 minutes later, something strange happened. The sensors blinked. For a moment, just a second, they picked up something huge and buried beneath Earth's surface. But it vanished so fast that the computer marked it as an error. Was that a fault in the scan? The technician asked. Commander Vernick squinted at the data. No, that wasn't a fault. They re-ran the scan. Nothing. Clear skies. Peaceful. Planet still. He felt something watching them. The scout ship moved closer. Now near Earth's moon. They began to pick up strange coded pulses coming from different directions, some from the moon, others from deep beneath Earth's oceans, and one from the cold silence of Saturn's rings. These signals don't match any known species, the pilot said. Vernick narrowed his eyes. Try to trace them. The technician frowned. We can't. They're encrypted. And the code is changing every second. I've never seen anything like it. Another crew member looked up. Sir, permission to activate deep scan mode? Vernick shook his head. No. If we push too far, they might notice. But it was already too late. A small satellite, the size of a box, appeared near their ship. It wasn't there a moment ago. No warp signature, no alert. It just appeared. Drifted slowly past their view window. Black and silent, with no lights, no name, no markings. Where did that come from? One crew member whispered. It's not Council-made, Vernick said. And it's not human tech we've ever seen. Suddenly, the satellite turned toward them. It's scanning us, the technician said. Shields up. Vernick barked, but the satellite didn't attack. Instead, it made a sound. A small, sharp tone, a single note that echoed through the ships. Speakers. And it vanished. Gone without a trace. For a few seconds, no one moved. No one spoke. What was that? The pilot asked, her voice shaking. Vernick stood slowly. It was a warning. Back in Earth's secret command center, the signal was received. Satellite 09 made contact. One officer said. REK nodded. And? No aggression. Just the tone. The ship is pulling back. Good, Tarek said calmly. Let them wonder. Another general spoke. Should we intercept? Tarek shook his head. Not yet. We need the Council to keep underestimating us. They sent scouts, not warships. They still think we're weak. He looked up at the world map on the screen. But when they come for real, he said, we will show them what primitive truly means. Back aboard Grevak's watch, Commander Vernick sent his report. Unusual signals. Unknown stealth tech. Possibly bluffing. Still appears non-hostile. Recommend further observation. The message was short, carefully written. But deep inside, Vernick knew something had gone wrong. Earth didn't act like a weak world. Earth didn't respond with fear. Earth knew they were being watched out, and that meant only one thing. They had been ready all along. Asterisk 2 scout ships went missing in Earth's orbit. No explosions, no distress calls. They just disappeared. At first, the Council ignored it. A space storm, they said, or a sensor glitch. Humans can't take down Council ships. But by the third disappearance, the mood had changed. In the Council's high chamber, A meeting was called. Ambassador Revik from the Ulari Empire stood and spoke sharply. 3 ships lost near Earth in less than 2 weeks. We need answers. Veldros. The council leader waved a hand. They are primitive. If they had attacked, we'd see debris, black box signals, or wreckage. There is nothing. Stop jumping to conclusions? But others weren't so sure anymore. They are hiding something, said a quiet voice. It came from a thin alien with crystal skin. I believe Earth has built something we don't understand. They can't even build proper starships. Someone shouted back, then why are ships vanishing? The crystal-skinned alien asked softly. The council room went quiet. Finally, Veldros sighed. Very well. We will send a fleet of 6 patrol ships. No weapons armed, just observation. He paused, then added, and if Earth responds with force, we'll wipe them from the stars. In Earth's hidden command center, deep under the Rocky Mountains, General Armin read the incoming report. His face remained calm, but his fingers tapped the desk in rhythm. 6 ships incoming, he said. Tarek, standing behind him, gave a short nod. Council wants to test us again. We could disable them, Armin said. No need to destroy. Just let them know we're not fools. Tarek shook his head. Not yet. We don't show strength. Not now. We set the trap. Make them confident. He walked to the giant map on the screen. Activate GhostNet, he said. Let them feel safe. Above Earth, the 6 patrol ships arrived. They moved slowly, recording everything. No planetary defenses, one pilot said. No deep space weapons. Their military bases are exposed, another added. This planet is a joke. They didn't see the cloaked satellites. They didn't notice the lightless drones that had attached to their ships silently. And they didn't hear the whispers being picked up by their own on board. Eyes. It was working. Earth was pretending to be weak, and the council was falling for it. But one pilot, a young alien named Jexa, noticed something strange. The data we're getting, she said slowly, isn't matching what we saw last week. Her commander frowned. Explain. 3 weeks ago, this area had a spike in energy. Then it vanished. Now, we're being fed basic scans. But I think someone is controlling what we see. That's impossible, the commander said. GXA didn't answer. She just kept scanning. Her screen flickered for a second, then showed an image of a large object, buried deep under Earth's ocean, for just 1 second. Then, it vanished. Did you see that? She asked. The commander shook his head. I saw nothing. But Jexa had a cold feeling in her chest. Something was watching them. On Earth, in a dark room lined with screens, an AI named Echo 17 processed the scout fleet's every move. Alien ships have scanned Sector 4. Cloaking holding. False data. Feeds in place. Tarek stood behind Echo's chamber. Let them see what they want to see, he said. Make them believe. Then he whispered, almost to himself, when the time comes, we'll shut their eyes forever. Back on the council ship, Jexa watched her systems again. Now her screen showed a strange message, just one word. Watching. It wasn't sent by her crew. And it didn't come from the council. She stared at it, frozen. Commander, she whispered, I think we're not the ones doing the scanning. Asterisk. The order came during a quiet morning. Fire 1 warning shot at Earth's moon base, said Council Leader Veldros. Let them feel fear. But Earth did not feel fear. It responded with silence, then something far worse. The warship, Valtherin Dawn, turned its weapons toward Earth's moon. A massive plasma cannon hummed to life. Its captain, a veteran named Yarrow, grinned. They've ignored us long enough, he said. Time to wake the apes. A bright blue beam shot through space. It hit an old mining base on the moon's surface, an unarmed facility. The blast melted half the structure. No one expected it to survive. No one cared if it did. "Message sent," said Yarrow. "They'll cry now." But Earth did not cry. Instead, it waited for 5 full minutes. Nothing happened. No signal. No retaliation. Just stillness. Then every screen on the Council's ships turned black. One word appeared in red. "Acknowledged. Sir, we're losing visual." A crew member shouted. "Aboard the Valtherin Dawn. Our systems are locking up." The lights dimmed. The artificial gravity shifted. Then dash silence. One by one. The warship's engines shut down. Their A is froze. Their weapons powered off. Panic spread. Who's attacking? You? There's no enemy ship. No heat signatures, no movement. On Earth, deep inside Echo 17's chamber, rows of human technicians watch quietly. "The net is working," one of them whispered. "They don't even realize we're already inside their systems." Tarek stood behind them. "Disable their fleet completely," he said. "No deaths, not yet. Just fear." The technician nodded. "Executing blackout protocol, now." Back in space, Commander Jexa stared in disbelief. "All 6 patrol ships?" "They're frozen," she said. Her captain slammed the console. "Impossible. We have council tech. No one can do this." Jexa didn't reply. Instead, she pointed at her screen. A tiny human-made drone was hovering outside the window, no bigger than a bottle. It blinked once, then vanished. The council received the news. With confusion and fear. 6 ships disabled with no shot fired? Veldros shouted. "Where's the sabotage? Where's the hacking signal?" Ambassador Revik stepped forward. "We underestimated them," he said. Valdros growled. "They fired nothing. They showed no power. This is bluffing." Revik answered calmly. "Then send a war fleet and see what happens." Veldros paused. And for the first time, he didn't speak. In a quiet room on Earth, Tarek stood beside a tall black box. Inside it, a sleeping machine. Large, silent, waiting. He whispered to it. "They shot first. You saw it." A red light blinked. Once. The machine hummed softly. Tarek turned to General Armin. "Now we show them just a taste." Above Earth's orbit, a forgotten satellite awoke. It unfolded into a thin, almost invisible net. Then it pulsed. Across space. The Council's communication network glitched. For 2 seconds, every screen in the galaxy showed the same terrifying image. Earth, covered in glowing red lines, forming a massive hidden grid. Behind it, dozens of dark shapes moving in Earth's orbit. Not seen before. Not logged by any scan. Then the image vanished. The Council called it a trick, but the fear was real now. Because tricks don't freeze ships. And tricks don't scan minds. Which some of their crew claimed had happened. On her ship, Jexa sat alone. Her hands shook as she opened a private message to her family. "I don't think we understand Earth," she whispered. "They didn't just learn from us. They outgrew us," in silence. Miles beneath Earth's surface, something old began to breathe. Not a machine. Not a weapon. Something born of both. And it had been waiting. Inside the ice-covered lands of Antarctica, a hidden elevator moved downward, deeper than any mountain, deeper than any known military base. General Armin stood silently as the walls of the shaft glowed red. Behind him, Ambassador Tarek kept his arms crossed. "Do you think it's time?" Armin asked. Tarek nodded. The Council just crossed the final line. As they reached the bottom, a giant metal door opened with a soft hiss. And there it was. Project Harbinger. It didn't look like a ship. It didn't look like anything from Earth. Massive and round, it was made of a strange black metal that shimmered under the lights. Its skin seemed to shift like it was alive. Energy pulsed through glowing lines that moved across its body in patterns no human ever designed. But this was no alien creation. It was humanity's invention, born from decades of stolen alien wreckage, dead starships, crashed probes, and secrets. Bought in blood, we took pieces from 10 different species, Tarek said quietly. And then, we made something none of them could predict. The AI voice echoed from the chamber walls, Harbinger core active. Awaiting trigger. Years ago, Earth was weak. Alien traders came and left, taking resources. Warlords in distant galaxies used Earth as a test field. Humans lost lives, but they learned. They recorded every weapon used against them. They gathered every broken drone, every shattered scanner, every captured star map. And they built this, a machine not made to destroy planets, but to end empires. Back at the Council, panic spread. Their scientists still could not explain what had shut down. Their ships. No beams, no viruses, just control taken and silence left behind. Valdros paced the hall. Have we received a response from Earth? One messenger bowed. Only this, sir. He handed over a small device. Valdros activated it. A human voice played calm, deep, and firm. You saw a fraction. Come again, and you'll see the rest. The message ended. Meanwhile, the Council sent spies to Earth's allies, smaller planets that had traded with humans in secret. One of them, a three-eyed merchant named Kron, spoke in fear. You don't understand. Earth never asked for help. They only listened. Listened to what? The spy asked. To everything. Every ship that passed by, every signal sent, every deal made. They learned it all, quietly. And then they stopped speaking. Back in Antarctica, Harbinger's core began to glow brighter. General Armin tapped the side console. Let's show them a fraction more, he said. He turned to Tarek. Phase 3? Tarek gave one nod. Begin now. Around Earth's orbit, old satellites blinked to life. But these weren't ordinary satellites. Each one released a small drone shaped like a sphere, silent. Invisible to most alien tech, they didn't attack. They simply followed the remaining Council scout ships, watching, scanning, learning. One Council ship fired a warning shot. The drone didn't dodge. It vanished and reappeared inside the ship. 10 seconds later, the ship's engines shut down. Not destroyed, just stopped. The ship floated in space, quiet, powerless. Back in the Council chamber, Valdros shouted, This is war. But Revik, the ambassador who had warned them, stood slowly and said, No, this is checkmate. In her scout ship, Commander Jexa stared at the new message blinking on her screen. No one else could see it. Only her. We know you, Jexa. We could break your ship, but we won't. Go home. Her blood turned cold. She whispered. They're inside our ships, our minds, our language. And that's when she understood. Humans didn't hide weapons. They had become the weapon. Asterisk, every screen across the galaxy blinked. Council stations, pirate dens, trading hubs, warships, civilian homes. One message appeared everywhere. We're done pretending. In the great hall of the Galactic Council, all communication lines suddenly froze. The screens turned black. Then, a single image appeared. Asterisk. Ambassador Tarek. Standing in a dark room. Calm, unshaken, staring into the camera. He spoke slowly. In perfect galactic common. You called us primitive, he said. You laughed at our silence. You thought we were too weak to fight back. He leaned forward slightly. But silence is not weakness. It is preparation. Across the galaxy, people stopped what they were doing. War generals in command centers watched in silence. Criminals in hidden markets paused mid-deal. Traders stared at their screens, frozen, Even children on distant moons stopped playing. Tarek's voice filled every corner of the galaxy. You fired on us. You sent scouts to spy. You thought your strength would break us. He smiled just barely. But we do not break. Inside the council chamber, Valdros roared. Shut it down. But his technicians shook their heads. We can't. It's everywhere. It's bouncing through unknown channels. Revik sat still, eyes locked on the screen. I warned you. He whispered. Tarek continued. We've watched you fight wars. We've watched you conquer weaker worlds. You never looked at Earth because you thought we were beneath you. He stepped aside. The camera shifted. Behind him stood the black, humming shell of Harbinger. It glowed softly. It didn't need weapons to be terrifying. It was enough just to be seen. Tarek's voice returned. We built nothing like you've seen before. Not faster ships, not bigger guns. We built understanding, control, silence. He looked directly into the lens. Now we are speaking. On the Council's ships still orbiting Earth, alarms screamed. All systems were online, but none obeyed commands. The A is only responded to Earth's language protocols now. One captain cried out, They've rewritten our systems. How? His second in command whispered, They didn't rewrite. They replaced. Back in Earth's command center, Tarek stepped down from the platform. The broadcast ended. General Armin approached him. It's done, Armin said. The whole galaxy saw it. Good, Tarek replied. They'll think before aiming at Earth again. A young officer stepped forward. Sir, a dozen council planets have sent peace requests. 3 want to open trade. 2 offered apology statements. Tarek nodded once. Accept none for now. Let them wait. In a far-off part of the galaxy, Jexa stood in her darkened ship. The crew had gathered silently. All watched Earth's message. When it ended, no one spoke. Then Jexa turned to her crew and said, Tell the Council, we are not going back. Earth is not the enemy. Her commander blinked. Then what are they? Jackson answered softly. They are what comes next. At the edge of human territory, a new signal lit up. It was not a message of war. It was an invitation. Simple. Clear. Speak. To us with respect. Or not at all. And just like that, the power balance of the galaxy changed. Not because of death, not because of destruction, but because humanity finally spoke. And the stars listened. Asterisk, for the first time in galactic history, the Council did not send orders. They waited. And Earth, once mocked, once ignored, held the galaxy in silence. Tarek stood in Earth's high command tower, staring out across the darkened sky. Satellites moved like stars. Hidden weapons pulsed like faint suns. The Harbinger rested below the surface, quiet again. But awake now. Always awake. General Armin walked up beside him. Messages keep coming in, he said. Let them come, Tarek replied. 37 planets have requested peace. 5 want Earth to join the Council. Tarek didn't turn. We have no interest in their council. They want to avoid war, Armin said. We never wanted war, Tarek answered. But now they know they don't get to choose what we want anymore. Across the stars, change had begun. In marketplaces, once filled with laughter about primitive humans, silence replaced jokes. On military ships that used to chart Earth as a low-threat zone, Earth was now marked in bright, red unpredictable. Unknown, untouchable. The Council held an emergency session. Valdros sat quietly, no longer roaring, no longer mocking. His voice was low now. What do we do? He asked the chamber. Revik stood. We apologize. The room gasped. Revik raised his hand. Not for mercy, but for survival. Earth is not just powerful. They are prepared. We provoked a storm. and they answered with patience. That kind of strength is not easy to defeat. Valdros swallowed hard. And if they don't accept? Revek looked him in the eye. Then we hope they're more forgiving than we were. Meanwhile, on a quiet ship drifting near the edge of Earth's influence, Commander Jexa recorded. A message. To my people, she said. I was told Earth was backward, that they were harmless, that we were safe to use them, spy on them, control them. We were wrong, deadly wrong. She looked out the window toward the blue planet. They didn't just build machines. They built dignity. They fought without firing. They won without shouting. We should follow them, not fear them. In a distant system, a pirate fleet approached Earth's outer colony. They ignored all warnings. They thought Earth was bluffing. Again, they were wrong, no ships were sent, no soldiers. Just one word appeared on every screen of their fleet. Leave. When they didn't, every ship shut down at once. Engines frozen. Weapons melted. Navigation scrambled, then all the screens turned white, and Earth showed them a mirror-alive feed from inside each of their own ships. They were already inside every system, watching, listening, recording. The pirates fled without firing a shot. Back on Earth, Tarek addressed the planet. He spoke not just to humans, but to everyone. His face filled screens on moons. Ships and colonies. We were called animals, tools, property. But we are none of those things. We are builders, survivors. We listened, and we learned. He raised a hand. Now the galaxy listens to us. A harbinger glowed once deep beneath the ice, then went still again, not because it was done, but because it didn't need to rise. Its job was complete. Earth had already won, not with war, not with blood, but with truth across the stars. History books would be rewritten, not about the weapons Earth had, but about the patience it showed, and the price of underestimating a quiet world. They called us primitive, but we hid something far deadlier. And now they call us something else. They call us leaders, *the end.